Hey there, YouTubers. It's spring and means it's time to get some work done. Today's project is going to be putting wires in my trellis, my grape trellis. So what I've done is I've set two posts 120 feet apart that are old clothesline. And I'm going to be putting this 1/4-inch cable all the way across, which is enough for a lot of grapes. But I'm going to need quite a bit of tension on this, including these posts. These posts are set in at an angle, as you can see. Sorry about the shaky fingers. Alright, so you can see that tripod's about level. They're angled. What I've got over here is a piece of C-channel set in concrete, and that's an anchor pin. So I'm going to run this cable up through these posts in the center and all the way across and back down to the ground. As I pull tension, this should pull this, because of the angle, it's going to pull this T-post here down. Now I've got one on each side, two holes on the side. I'll be setting those with, let me come over here and show you the hardware. So these are turnbuckles for the main line, and these are eye bolts for the end lines with long threaded bolts. What I'll be able to do is get this thing tight, but also if I get some sag, I can make adjustments to the system. Now, we're going to be using these type of pinch cable anchors. We're not going to be using these aluminum, because those aluminum ones are not suitable for stainless. The stainless and the aluminum will react and they'll corrode, and eventually that will fail on you. So we're going to use all stainless steel hardware. We're going to be using these small loops for the connection to go in between to give us a nice tight turn. And of course we're going to be using our cable. This is 3 bundles of 164 feet. So I've got about $200 in hardware, plus the T-post and everything. It's probably, if you bought the T-post, I actually salvaged those, probably looking at around $300 for everything. But it is going to provide a place for 11 muscadine plants to run. So that's going to be a lot of grapes. So anyway, we'll get started and I'll show you how we're going to do it. Alright, the first thing I want to do, because I've got this cable that's going to run through and over, I want to chamfer the sides a little bit on these holes to make sure that they don't have any sharp edges that would cut into our cable. Don't have to do much, I just want to soften that edge. Which you can do that with a larger bit, or you can do it with the actual chamfer tool, if you got one large enough. These holes are about a 1/2 inch in diameter. Alright, so to keep our cable kind of tidy, not unraveling on us while we're working with it, we're going to go ahead and wrap the end of our cable here with some electrical tape. That way it doesn't fray. Alright, get our turnbuckle and we'll be in. So I got these turnbuckles really extended, as they kind of need it, because this cable is really heavy and it will take quite a bit of pulling just to get it started even. Now, a pair of I'm using a pair of MIG pliers to kind of help this thing started. Just made one mistake. I didn't have my clamp open when I This is obviously not the easiest thing to do without a helper. All right, so there's one installed. I won't bore you with the second installation. So as an extra precaution, even though I chamfered that, I'm going to go one step further. See where my line is here. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap a little bit of this electrical tape. Electrical tape's cheap. Stainless steel cable, not so much. All right, so kind of see the line, and now all we got to do is tighten up our turnbuckles, and we should get a nice tight line. Turnbuckles, you always want to make sure you're not letting this side spin freely, because you'll wind up with a long end and a short end, and you want them screwing in at the same rate. Other thing, I've got to go do both. You kind of want them both equal or close to it. That way they are stronger the closer in they are. There's more threads to grab, so that's kind of important as well. Okay folks, well there she is complete. You see she's got a little bit of fall on it, but you want a little bit anyway. I don't want these wires too extremely tight. One thing I did do is on this pass through I had to mount a clamp to keep these from moving actually in towards themselves with these side buckles. So I've got some room. Obviously this one's maxed out, but the other side I've got a little bit of room for adjustment if I need it. But they're close enough, and we'll call this project done. Anyway, yeah, 120 feet of cable, and this cable weighs a lot when you get, it's 1/4 inch cable. It's got a 6,800 pound tensile strength. You get that much of it, and there's a good probably 75 to 90 pounds of cable there. So, and hopefully our anchors, this one in particular, doesn't move on us. Hopefully I buried it deep enough, and a big wet rain will tell the tale. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe.